pissing me off. Do one side, the other side f***ing falls over. I've lowered them because I thought they might be a bit too tight. I don't know what else to do, I'm just going around in f***ing circles. There's nothing like camping, is there, to chill out?
Alright YouTube, Trevor, Summit or Nothing. I'm out on Dartmoor, round 2 with the One Tigris Tangram. So, glutton for punishment, here I am again, but this time on the Moor, in the wind, with the One Tigris. Apart from the One Tigris being a complete arsehole to put up, right, I didn't follow any instructions. There was none in the packaging, and I didn't watch any videos online. So apart from that, I wasn't that impressed with the inner, how the inner settled, and it was sort of sagging. So tonight we'll see if it's any easier to put up now it's all together and it's all been attached, and I've had one run through about 8 months ago, but we'll see if we can get that inner tighter and not so saggy. I've also bought the UL 140 again, another product that almost beat me, but because I hadn't packed it down properly, do you remember from the last video? You remember it's got the pumpy bit in it, the foam pumpy pad? I thought I'd have another look at that before I came out. I think I was concentrating too much on trying to get that air out of that foam. Yeah, what I wanted to do was roll it from the sponge up, fit like a dream in the end. So a lot easier than I'd made out. So it's about 30-mile-an-hour winds tonight with gusts of like 40, 45. So it's not the most windy night I've been out, but I thought it'd be a good laugh to test the One Tigris in this. I'm not going to pitch somewhere that I'm completely exposed, but I'm quite high up, so it's going to be a bit of whipping wind, no doubt. And I'm quite close to the car if all fails in the middle of the night. I'm not a complete idiot. So you've always got to be sort of prepared, haven't you, when you do these things, for all eventualities. But it's certainly going to be windy enough to be annoying, to be loud, and to possibly keep blowing down a poorly put up tent. We'll see. Oh yeah! Someone down in our spot there. That's where Nathan and I camped many years ago on the first year of Summit or Nothing. Camped down there. here it is, the One Tigris. I remember as well the straps on the bag are the wrong way. So you don't want it compressed that way. You want to compress it that way, so you can fit it in your rucksack better. Fault number one. Let's have a go. Peg it out, but bear in mind, I've got to go up with the pole, so we don't want to make it too tight. We're going to fight to get it up. Pole number one. What I remember as well, they've got to go upside down. That's what I done wrong last time. That might be too tight because it's not very high. I'll do the other side and we'll f*** around with it after. I've got the basics structure up. It seems to be holding fair. I think it could possibly go a bit higher. So maybe I'll loosen this one off and go up a touch higher in the middle and see what that does. A bit, but it's holding relatively well. So now I've got to find the corners, attach the corners from the inner to the outer. There's a hook, a hole in each corner, like that. Pull the two corners tighter. Like so. Right, I've got it up. I'm quite happy with it. What do you think? Okay. And what I've done, I've added these two extra guy lines on here because this side was blowing fair. So I've pegged them out to keep it from collapsing in the wind. So hopefully what I've done there will be enough. But it's tight, it's rigid, it's quite blustery. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere, but I'm quite happy with that. Should we have a look inside? Look at this. The roof is stayed up. It's all out of my way. So I can sit up in here. It's not dragging on my face like it was previously. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this, how this has gone up. And I apologise, One Tigris, for having such a ball ache last time I tried to put it up. But you could put instructions in there in case someone hasn't got access to YouTube. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm going to get my stuff in here now. Alright. We're going to see how it holds up in the conditions, and then stay tuned at the end of the video when I will give you my verdict. So far so good, eh? Set up. Loads of room in there. The UL 140 went up fairly easy. Again, it's all fairly tight. It's holding up. Look, the roof's not near my head. But the wind is coming this way, so perhaps I should have set it up the other way so I had these doors pegged down as a bit of a wind shield so I could do my cooking, because the wind's going to blow right in there from that way. Like that. But it's fairly tight, I like it. Now, I bought the Jobsworth stove out again tonight. The last batch of these were recalled by all accounts. Anything bought around January 2021 or after has been recalled. So I don't know if they've sorted that issue out yet, but there was yeah, some kind of problem. I cooked myself some tea. I've just brought a Wayfarers up tonight because this is an impromptu night. I'll just always have some of these handy. Gone for the spicy sausage. So let's Squeeze it all down to the bottom. Fold it over. Tuck it in. Push it under. There. Put the lid on. The great thing about the Jobsworth is it's got an ignition and a good regulator as well. And we're away. Well, the sun has gone down behind this wall of clouds that's just sort of hovering above the horizon. We've got these clouds in front of us, they are whipping past. Right. Dinner's cooked. It isn't actually a bad one. Loads of sausage in it. It's quite tomatoey, quite spicy. Nice. It's been quite a nice evening. Now that sun's gone down, it's gone all moody. There's some dark old clouds out there. It's real cold. Cold in the wind. I'm just having a bit of a stroll. Sun's gone, dipped down behind the clouds. All around us here we've got Bellstone Tours, Oak Tour. I'm sure there's people out there camping. There's a few vehicles over at Oakman Farm. There's some cloud crawling in over there. That might come in as rain. Might pay to get in the tent. It's quite windy out here at the moment, and the tent, it doesn't look too bad, does it? Doesn't look like it's flapping too much. Doesn't look very tidy, but it's not flapping. And actually that's a really nice sort of stealth colour, isn't it? Quite an earthy colour, blends in. But yeah, you know what? I take everything back, One Tigris. So far, touch wood, we're going to have a good night, but so far I'm actually impressed with that tent. Thank you, One Tigris. Much appreciated. Well, here I am in the tent. There's moments where it gets really windy, really flappy, and then there's moments where it's fine. I must say, this is, because it's all mesh, the inside of this tent, it is proper drafty. It has been creepy up here tonight. Again, I think it's when I'm close to the road, but I keep hearing footsteps around, but then all of a sudden I'll hear like a goat right next to me outside the tent. There were some heavy footprints earlier, footsteps, and I was like, what the f*** is that? And I opened up. There was a cow walking past, so quite a lot of cattle up and around here tonight. And then I was going through my bag and I found a note that my children have written me. It's lovely to find little things like that, isn't it? Hidden in my bag. Little surprises. My daughter, 6 years old, such neat writing for a 6-year-old. To Daddy, I love playing games with you and I hope you have a great camp I will wait for you when you come home. Love from Elise. A big heart. My son, 9 years old, his writing is atrocious, but he wrote, "To Dad, your YouTube channel is smegging terrible. Please quit immediately. Love, Coenta." That's what he calls himself. They do make me laugh. I don't know if you can hear that. I've got a cow lying out there next to me, snoring his head off. Can you hear it? A lot of cattle up here tonight. Oh, sounds like one done a shit right outside my door as well. Anyway, it's gone midnight now. I'm still not asleep. F***ing cold. I didn't bring any like winter clothes because it's summer. But my feet are freezing. But my tent's still up. I was a bit worried that when the cows were walking around out there, they're going to trip over my guide ropes. Pull it over. I did try shouting them, scaring them off, but they didn't even react. Hopefully they'll know to avoid the tent, not try rubbing up against it. Anyway, midnight, sleeping. Jeez. Oh, it's 2 in the morning. I have slept. Just had a dream that someone was undoing the tent from the outside and I could hear the zip going. Woke me up at the start, so I thought it was real. Wouldn't that be freaky? Wind's picking up a bit. It's not been as windy as they said it would be. But I think 4 o'clock, the rain's supposed to start as well. So we'll see what that comes in like. Oh, I can hear these cows sleeping around me still. It's 3:30. I do right, I should just keep the camcorder on. It stopped being windy every time I turn it on. It's got quite blustery up here. But then I've just opened the door up and had a look out. And there's nothing, not a cloud in the sky. The stars are just amazing. Obviously can't film that on this camcorder, but it's something else. One thing I have noticed, this tent, there's a lot of condensation. You look at the back of this door, see all the water? I don't know if you can see that or not. The hole inside of the tent is completely condensated. It keeps flicking down through the mesh. Stood up. Oh, it's almost got it. All of a sudden it's daylight. Morning. I was just wrapped in this, keeping my head in it because it keeps dripping water in it. So I didn't notice. Sun was up. What time is it? 6. Well, it didn't rain last night. That's one thing. But the dog walkers will be up here in a minute. So, probably won't even stop for coffee. We'll just get on. Morning. There's my neighbours, look. Snoring all night, wouldn't ya? Hey. Right, well, it's a funny thing. I've just packed up the contents of my tent. Look, everything's in the bag. Only to realise that I haven't got the tent bag. It's not there anywhere. I've got the tent peg bag, but not the tent bag. So hopefully it's outside somewhere. And I'll find it fairly easily. If not, have I left it on the ground and it's just blown off? It could be anywhere after the windy night we've had. It was over here, I think. Yeah. Found it. What a dickhead. Anyway, let's pack up. So the One Tigris tent, it was alright in the end. I don't know how it would fare in the rain. Some people say not very well. I didn't get to test that. It was supposed to rain last night at 4 in the morning, but it didn't. But it held up in the wind, being put up properly. Helped. So, yeah, my notes to One Tigris, in case they're listening. Put your compression straps the other way so they don't go around, they go up and down the bag, so you can pull the bag tighter because it's huge in the back here. I've just crammed it in for now. Maybe not so much mesh on the inside. It was a drafty old night, very drafty in there. Obviously it was windy, but it wasn't ideal. They've given extra guide ropes so you can tie off sort of midway down the apex as well, which I did on one end, as you saw. But I didn't have enough pegs to do that to both sides. So there could be 2 extra pegs in there, would help. And put the instructions in there. Because when you get the One Tigris, if you do buy the One Tigris, I'll put a link below, but if you do buy it, when you first put it up, it doesn't come with all the guy ropes attached, so you will have to get it out and attach guy ropes before you start putting it up. You won't want to battle with it like I did in my garden up on this hill. campers. So anyway, we've packed up, we're off. Thanks ever so much for watching. We'll see you all again soon. Chase.